Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spirituality with Gabriella. So, today we're doing a pick a card reading about your purpose. You asked for it. You asked for more readings about career and purpose. So, today we're going to tap into that and try and get you some clarification on what it is that you're meant to be doing with your life and how you can achieve it. And if you like the reading that you get today, and if you find that it resonates with you, please go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and share it if you feel so inclined. I always tell people that together we are building a community of love and light, and the most important thing is to have the space in our hearts to be willing to share spiritual guidance with other people. So if you think that this will help other people find clarity, please go ahead and share it, and I would be so very grateful. So we're working with 3 different piles today. Over here we have pile 1 with the Amethyst. Pile 2 with the rough Turquoise. And pile 3 with the black Tourmaline. So take a second and turn your thoughts and your intuition inwards. And once you find the pile that speaks most to you, you can fast forward using the timestamps below and get your own personal reading. And I will see you all there. Thank you so much. All right, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So let's tap into your purpose today and see how you can best serve the world. So we're going to start with this first card, which is Regeneration. This is one of my favorite cards. And we're also going to ask this Animal Oracle deck what your purpose is, any kind of messages that our animal spirit guides have for us. This is a huge deck, as you can see. So bear with me as I shuffle this here and find the right card for you. Okay, so you have the frog, and here the frog's message is prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. So I'm going to put that here. And we're also working with the Soul Cards deck today, and this is very significant because, as the name suggests, these are soul cards. So when tapping into your soul's purpose, it's very significant to use cards like that that help us really get the right clarity and guidance. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Three of Wands. And last but not least, I will use the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck and see what comes through here. The Three of Cups. And the Sun. Awesome. Let's get started and let's see what intuitive messages come through. The first thing that I'm getting is that with this card, Regeneration, I feel like you're going through your purpose right now. Like you're really starting to understand what your core purpose is. And I imagine that things in your life are shifting at this point in time. And this can feel destabilizing. So it can look like letting go of friendships or relationships that truly no longer serve you. And it can also look like bringing in a lot more clarity and abundance. And I'm getting something about practicing, like really feeling like a number of you are tapping into a spiritual discipline or practice that calls to you because you know that that's the way and you know that that is the right path for you. And when we see this card, we're dealing with the energies of Pluto. So Pluto can be very transformational, but it's also the type of energy that can kind of shake things up. So if you're kind of going through stuff that feels a little bit hard or a little bit destabilizing, just hang on, because basically the message that I'm getting is that on the other side of this transformation is true abundance. So be willing to be patient with yourself, because it's not easy to discover your purpose and to understand what it is that you're meant to do in the world. So that definitely resonates with what I was getting about the frog as well. So I'm getting, first of all, that there's a lot of empaths in this pile. So I feel like a lot of you are very susceptible to how other people treat you and the energies that other people bring into a room. Like, I feel like a lot of you are healers, a lot of you have intuitive ability and psychic ability. And I feel that during this time, you are becoming even more attuned to it, but it also feels like a cross to bear. At least that's what I'm getting. I feel like at times it feels like too much, too heavy, too big. Don't want to be involved in all of these other people's emotions. It's not necessarily what feels right for you at this current point in time. But I'm getting that if you're really to be able to hone these abilities and really practice on them, and treat them with respect and treat yourself with patience, I'm getting that you can provide a lot of clarity to other people. And so I believe that your purpose is something along the lines of being like a divine messenger or a spiritual teacher. Now, if the spiritual part doesn't resonate with you, that's totally okay, because I'm also getting that some of you don't actually put yourselves in the spiritual box or the spiritual community. So you might not feel comfortable with that label, and that's perfectly okay. And one of the things that your spirit guides want you to know is it is possible to have a life of abundance and prosperity and financial security by doing this work. And so, one of the things that many of you are uncovering right now is really believing in that and leaning into the fact that, yes, I can have the same level of abundance and prosperity by leaning into my spiritual gifts. And I get the sense that many of you from a young age, your parents told you, that's really cool that you can do that, or it's really good that you are involved in the spiritual community, but it's not necessarily going to be your full-time career. And I get that from a young age, a lot of you thought of it as a unique talent, but as something that you probably shut down because it probably didn't feel like, oh, yes, I can actually achieve that, or I can use that as the way. And others of you have believed in your ability, at least I'm getting that, but it feels like the money hasn't been coming in as quickly as you would like, or perhaps there's a complete standstill on it. But what your spirit guides are saying is it's very important to trust. You are going through your own transformation at this point in time, but they want you to know that you will have security and abundance, and you are safe in pursuing this work. This work is something that's part of you. It's part of your very essence, and if you were to push it away and pretend to be someone or something else, that would not feel authentic to you. And I do get that there's a lot of people that celebrate you as you lean into this work, as you lean into your empathic abilities while also protecting your energy. I'm getting that a lot of people around you celebrate that, and they like the fact that you are tapping into spiritual guidance and sharing it with others. And just to be very clear, if some of you are not psychics or mediums or kind of in what we would call the traditional spiritual realm, I'm also getting that others of you are healers physically, like physical therapists. I'm getting a lot about yoga, stretching. Maybe you're a masseuse, something along those lines. But I get a couple funny messages here. One is that you are meant to help people energetically. So for those that resonate with that, definitely take it. And the other message is that you are actually able to help people with their body, like their posture, their bone structure, how they hold themselves, how all of their bones kind of work together. And this makes sense if you are a yoga practitioner, or if you're a physical therapist, or perhaps if you're focused on integrative nutrition, that makes sense as well. But I get a very earthy vibe from this pile, and I get the sense that you're a healer and you're a mentor. And a lot of you have studied as well, like many of you have scientific knowledge or psychological knowledge, and the reason why people trust you is because you have years of that research under your belt. And so it feels like, yes, you might not be wearing a white lab coat every day working with people, but it feels like the guidance that you're giving is very much in tune and very much based on something real, something tangible, and people trust you because of that. And the other thing, which I'm going to say about your purpose, is you're meant to cast a wide net. So many of us in this group, and I'm kind of including myself in this group, have been in a corporate job or a corporate career and have transitioned into the spiritual world, but because you can speak corporate speak or you can speak research speak or whatever that is, people trust you because it feels like you have a lot of credibility. So I'm getting that Judgment Day is now. Like you are dealing with what feels like a transformation, knowing that some of the things you've done in the past are not serving you, but feeling really excited about the future and about being able to tap into spiritual guidance and share that with the world. And so when we see the Judgment card here, that's what's coming through. And I really feel like you're guided in this process. Especially we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the number 11 here, which is very significant. This is a master number. And then having Judgment, this feels like the sun is coming out. It feels like your spirit guides and angels are really helping you decide your path and your mission. So your mission is to heal, your mission is to teach, to be a mentor to others, and to be a guide, and to use practical, tangible insights and knowledge to help other people heal. So that's very important. So we also have the Three of Wands here, and what I'm getting is that for some of you, you know that you can pursue this work, but you're wondering in what capacity or in what way will you pursue it. So for some of you, it feels like you might decide to do something different, like something bigger, kind of throwing yourselves out of your comfort zone or doing something that feels a little bit dissimilar to what you've done previously. And the main message I'm getting here is stepping out of your comfort zone is going to be really important to leveling up as a teacher, a mentor, and a guide. So you might decide to hold a retreat, or you might decide to hold events. Whatever it is you decide to do, I get that this is backed up by knowledge again. So I'm getting a lot about reading at this time. I feel like you're trying to level up by reading spiritual books and books around psychology and emotional balance, really trying to understand what other mentors and guides have shared in the past and using that to inform the future. The other thing about the frog here is that all of this is available to you right now. So yes, you don't need to leave your day job if you currently have a day job, but when we see the frog here, the frog comes with movement. So the frog sits on a lily pad, and then when it decides to, it hops into a new opportunity, and it happens very quickly, almost like that. So hop into this new day with joy. It feels like it's a very fast transition that you can make, and your spirit guides are very much supporting you in doing this. I mean, we have the sun, we have Judgment, we have the Three of Cups. This is a celebration that's happening from your spirit guides as well. So on their end, they have been preparing you your entire life for this stage and this moment. And yes, it does come with letting stuff go. It does come with relationships, which will be dissolving. However, it comes with a lot of happiness. And I'm also getting that there's something about you where you haven't been able to fully express yourself from the get-go. So it feels like if you were in a corporate career, for example, you were always kind of speaking research speak or speaking corporate speak. And just like the frog has the top of it and it also has its underbelly, it's almost like you didn't show your underbelly, the most sensitive part of you, but the part of you which is really core to your identity. And what I'm getting is now you are exposing your underbelly. So things that have been more sensitive but are intuitively very much you are coming out now. So it's important to honor them and to have full trust in them because, hello, you're amazing at this and you should know that. And when we have the sun, it's like the sun is shining its rays of light upon you and you are very much protected in doing this work. You are meant to be a divine healer. So final messages here about the sun. Well, I see a lot of growth in this career for you. I feel like you've always known on some level that this is your purpose. I think many of you are going to touch entire families. So being very healing for not just one person, but a whole family. So let's just say, for example, that you're a tarot reader. You might read for somebody, and then that person might refer their sister to you, and then their mother, and then their father. So I feel like you create a network, and you might be drawn to help entire families, but in a way where you're spiritually helping them heal. And the other message I'm getting, which is very similar to what I just shared, is we have this big flag here, and it's kind of like the flag is being cast to the side and it's flowing in the breeze, but it's no longer covering who you are. So before, I feel like you were kind of wrapped in this flag or this beautiful cloth that we have here, and it felt like you were kind of wrapping up yourself and not showing your true self. But now you know, no, I have to cast aside what is no longer serving me, and I need to expose myself in many ways, and by doing that, I will be happy. And it almost feels like your spirit guides are like the sun here, and you're here, and your spirit guides have been trying to feed you with all of these nutrients and this spiritual guidance, and they've been trying to give you all these downloads, but you had this flag which was over you before, and now you've put it aside, and you have experienced a lot of growth in a very short period of time. And that's going to continue, and that's going to continue to nurture you, and your spirit guides are very happy because they're able to feed you with these insights and this growth. So also expect that the spiritual messages will be coming to you a lot more frequently, and another part of it is it's not like they weren't there, it's just that you have learned to trust. And so keep leaning into trust and keep knowing that all of what you're going through right now is a regeneration. And it's nothing that you didn't have access to. It's simply that you're choosing to listen. So that's really important. So hopefully this gives you some clarity and guidance today on your life purpose and kind of helps you stay motivated because you're doing an amazing job. So keep going. And if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, share it if you feel so inclined, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much. Bye! Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So I have to apologize because my microphone was clearly messed up, and so it wasn't really recording when I did your entire reading, so I'm going to reiterate what it is I was saying before. So the first card you got is adaptability, and your purpose is really to be adaptable because your spirit guides are showing me that there's water and rocks in your life, so at times it feels like you hit the bottom of the rocks, and that feels sharp and that feels difficult to deal with. But I get a very strong entrepreneurial vibe from you all, and I'm also getting a huge vibe around health and really trying to help people heal from the inside out. And what your spirit guides are showing me is you have a lot of pentacle energy here, but they're saying that not everything in your life is going to be easy. You have a mission, which is to help people really understand on a social and societal level what it is that they need to alter or change. And at times, your opinions will be a little bit unpopular. However, you're doing this all with the best intentions. And so what they're saying is that you're going to kind of switch between these two energies at various points in your life. So 10 of Pentacles here is complete abundance. It's feeling really fulfilled and rewarded and financially lucrative. And then 5 of Pentacles is pretty much the opposite, which is feeling like out in the cold and not with a lot of guidance and not a lot of support and not really knowing who to turn to. And your spirit guides are saying that at times you feel like this 5 of Pentacles energy is taking you over and you feel like you're kind of hitting the rocks. But they're reminding you that you are like water flowing over the rocks and you are much stronger than you're giving yourself credit for. And one thing they're saying very clearly is that you have like two sides to yourself. So you're like the raven over here. The raven is a very spiritual animal. You're the creator and the magician, and they're saying use your gifts for good. And the raven is the type of animal where not everyone always knows what the raven is thinking and feeling, but it has this amazing perspective, and it's able to see everything from a bird's eye view. And ravens are also very smart. They can figure out the trickiest of problems, and they're very strategic and wise. And your spirit guides are saying that other people see you as being very wise, and when you speak, other people listen. So again, even if you are doing things differently, even if other people are kind of asleep at the wheel and you kind of try and shake things up for them, and they might not like that, you are seen as very wise, and other people will at least digest what it is that you're sharing. Your spirit guides are saying that many of you have had very tangible goals for yourself. Like you might say, by X age, I need to make Y amount of money. And they're saying you can slow down. You have a lot of urgency in terms of spreading your message and in terms of your mission, but they want you to have faith that you can slow down and that it's all there for you and you're going to have a lot of abundance because you have the Nine of Cups here. So you have very strong energy as related to abundance when you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So what I'm getting is that abundance is not necessarily easy at times. It feels like you have to deal with a lot of instability. It can feel at times like you're running out of money. It can feel like you don't have the right fundraising, for example, if you're an entrepreneur. However, you know that your life purpose is to change things socially, changing social constructs, helping people heal in ways that they hadn't considered previously, whether you do it through entrepreneurship, and I get very pulled to technology and innovation and really building like a product, or whether you do that through health, like healing the body, helping to really restore things like the gut, really helping to heal people from the inside out. That is completely up to you, but I get a very entrepreneurial vibe, and I feel like you are meant to change things on a wide scale. And the reason why people follow you and like you is that you have very clear decision-making ability. So even if things are unstable and uncertain and the situation is not perfect, you are like the King of Swords. You're able to make quick decisions, you can act swiftly, you're able to act on your toes and think on your feet, and that is what people really like about you, and that is why people see you as a leader. And over time, you're going to gain a great following, but it doesn't always happen immediately. It feels like you start with a small group of clients who are kind of like your number one fans, and they talk about you all the time, but over time, you're going to grow that, and you're going to be able to touch a lot of people. And I get a lot about public speaking with this group. I get a lot about YouTube and podcasts and sharing your message widely. So you're not meant to just work with a set group of people. It feels like you're meant to spread your message across the world. And in doing so, and in weathering this adaptability, which at times will feel very unstable, I'm just saying it honestly, you are going to be rewarded because you have the Four of Wands here. And I get that for many of you later on in your life, like when you're 40, 42, is when you have very clear financial abundance and when you're able to chill. And it feels like a lot of the legwork, like in terms of marketing yourself, marketing your message, sharing your message with the world, really leaning into your purpose in that way, is done before the ages of 42. And it feels like you kind of start to do that in your late 20s to late 30s. And so you have at least 10 years to really spread your message and shake things up for other people and help people understand that they don't need to just accept the social norms and constructs that have been put upon them from birth. Rather, they have the decision-making ability to change those things and to heal themselves. And so you're giving more power to the people. That's basically what your spirit guides are saying. And by doing that, you are going to get a lot of clarity and a lot of abundance, especially after 40 in your life. And I get that you're able to chill because after 40, you've kind of done all of the legwork. You've marketed yourself, you've marketed your message is out there, people are resonating with it, you've built your community. And after that, you can kind of chill and relax. And so I get a lot about communication, whether it's via a podcast, via a book, sharing your wisdom on a broad scale. It feels like that's what you are meant to do. And so one piece of advice I would give you is you don't always need to focus on the tangible numbers, like how much money you're making, but really hone in on your marketing at this stage in your life. Your spirit guides are saying that figuring out your marketing is going to be the number one key to success for you. And as long as you figure out your marketing, you are going to be very clear and you're going to be fulfilling your divine mission. So really being able to zoom out, being able to share your message with everybody, that feels like your mission, and also shaking up things. So teaching people that they don't need to subscribe to social norms, they don't need to do what they've always been told. That's what you are meant to communicate. So you're kind of like a channel for the spirit guides, and you also will help people be very innovative. So whether you do that through a product or a different way entirely, it feels like you might decide to help people explore what is beyond our nuclear world. So maybe different environments, really making linkages in the universe. And this only applies to some of you, of course, but these linkages are important. And by helping make those, you're helping our world become more adaptable as well. So it could be like space exploration. Again, it could be building a product, could be working with the internet. I get a lot about linkages and a lot about spreading your message, like standing on a stage and spreading your message. So take what resonates. I think that there are pieces of this reading that will resonate with some of you more than others, but take what resonates and know that that financial security and abundance is there for you, but it's not something to be rushed. The most important thing right now is having clear decision-making power, really making strong decisions, and focusing on your marketing. Those are the two messages that come through most clearly. So with that, I will let you all go. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, share it if you feel so inclined, and if you would like a personal reading, you can always use the links down below. So thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! Alright, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So let's tap into what clarity and guidance your spirit guides have for you on your purpose. And your first card is Insight. And this is about the universal chakras. And your stone is peach selenite, so might be a good idea to invest in that. So I'm also going to pull some cards from the Animal Spirit Guide deck here. And it's a large deck, so bear with me. And we want this one. So you got the Eagle, which is all about mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. I always associate the eagle with a very powerful energy, so let's put that here and tap into that as the reading progresses. So we're also using the Soul Cards Tarot deck today. Let's see what they have to say about your purpose. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords. Oop. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Then I'm also going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot deck and see what comes through here. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Knight of Wands. All right, so to get started, the first thing I'm going to say is I'm getting the energy that a lot of you are currently in a job or career that is no longer serving you. And I'm getting that because we have the Seven of Swords here and we have the Hierophant next to each other. I'm also getting that intuitively. So if that resonates, this would definitely be a message for you. When we see the Seven of Swords, this is really about being willing to walk away and let go of things that no longer fulfill you. So what I'm getting is that what you're currently doing in terms of work did fulfill you at one point in time, and it felt exciting, and it felt new and energetic and vibrant. However, it feels like you've completely done your dues, you've done this role justice, and it feels very much like it is time to walk away and it's time to bring in something new. So when we see the Hierophant here, I feel like you're doing this through more of a formal channel. So I don't expect you to quit on the spot. I don't expect you to take a huge risk when it comes to this. It feels like you will do something that feels safe to you and feels like gradual progress. So when we see the Hierophant, we are not expecting fast movement necessarily, but we're seeing movement that is made with intention and with clarity of judgment. This could look like interviewing for another role and getting an offer. It could look like deciding to do something that feels more stable to you. And I'm getting that you're going to have more space energetically in your next role, which is good. So trust that, and also trust that walking away from the current environment is actually going to be beneficial for you. I think some of you are still second guessing this, but when we have the Seven of Swords here, it clearly means that you are trying to escape the situation. You might have tried to do this in the past by sneaking away, but your spirit guides are saying, what's important here is really to lean into your own insight, to trust the universal wisdom that is available to you. And the only way to truly align yourself and your energy and your life is really to lean into that insight and to trust. trust it. Trust the message that you're getting. It's important. And if this really doesn't feel like, no, that's not me, or that was for somebody else, that's okay, then I would encourage you to think about what else in your life are you trying to escape from or run away from? Because when we see the Seven of Swords, it doesn't really crop up for no reason. Usually it is something that needs to be kind of put to rest and put behind you. And once you put that thing behind you, you are allowed to soar. Having the energy of the eagle here is very significant because the eagle is a fast-moving creature. And yes, the eagle comes with a lot of strategy and perspective, a lot of observation. So you might have been observing the situation unfold for quite some time, not really taking fast action. However, now is the time to be fast. Over the next 2 to 3 months, it is very important to act on this thing that you want to escape or run away from. It's important to fly ahead and to no longer keep yourself tied down. And especially when we have the Eight of Cups here, the Eight of Cups is very much about leaving something that is no longer serving you. Perhaps it fulfilled you in some way. I get that it did in the past, and it has been very beneficial for you. It's been all good things for your life. However, it doesn't mean that you need to stay with this forever. So whether this is a career, which I think it is for many of you, or a relationship perhaps for others of you, it's okay to walk away. It's okay to say, hey, you know what? This is no longer serving me. And although I have a fear of the unknown, and although things might seem scary, I trust that the universe is going to support me. And your spirit guides and your angels want you to know that if you do this, they're not saying it's going to be easy, but it will be fruitful because you have the Page of Pentacles here. And when we see the Page of Pentacles, this is about being willing to invest in the future, in something where you cannot know the clear final outcome yet, but they want you to really sink into that uncertainty and know that it's okay to invest in your future self. So I know this reading is about your purpose, but I felt very pulled to share this message. So it's very important for you to know. And the only way that you will truly achieve your purpose is if you do justice to saying goodbye to that thing that's no longer serving you. Because there's no way that you can truly live out your purpose and be this eagle over here if you do not let go of the past and if you do not let go of things that just don't fill you anymore, and that's okay. And your spirit guides are also saying you're not doing this with animosity. It doesn't have to be an angry thing. It doesn't have to be a jealous thing. It doesn't even have to be hugely sad. It's just the fact of the matter, which is that it doesn't serve you anymore. Energetically, you know that. You're going to move on, and there are better things coming for you. So that's good. So in terms of your purpose, so the word that comes to my mind is enrich. Enrich, enrich, enrich. So you have an earthy energy about you. You have an energy of groundedness. And although I feel like you're going through a couple things right here, it feels like you are meant to do something that feels genuinely enriching to yourself and others. I think this plays out in a number of different ways. This could be to enrich others' lives through creating a really powerful documentary. That's one of the examples that comes to my mind. It could literally be working with the soil and gardens and doing something physical, like with your hands. But what I'm getting is your purpose is about helping enrich your life, enrich other people's lives, and also you're learning this lesson of walking away from things that no longer serve you so that you can help others do so in the future. Your spirit guides also show me that over the course of your life, you're going to be building something. Now, this could be a physical thing. Again, it could be like building a garden, building a really healthy environment. I feel that they want you to really lean into your resources at this time and help establish an environment that you would like to see. What I'm getting is that you have been on teams or in relationships that were not truly healthy, and you are redefining what healthy means. And I'm not really talking about a textbook definition here. I'm talking more about what does a healthy culture look like? What does a healthy environment look like? What does a healthy team look like? And this will extend into your workplace, but also into your family. And so you might find yourself pulled to do things like deal with employee experience or customer experience. things where you can actually serve people and enrich those experiences. So when I say the word enrich, I think it's really about how you are able to enrich other people's lives. And that could be in their experience with a product, it could be in their experience with you, like if they are your clients, for example, and you really help them kind of level up in that way. It could also be enriching an experience where it's something that's on a very broad scale, but enriching experiences and how that experience impacts people is really part of your purpose. When we have the Queen of Cups here, I feel that you are quite an inspired person. I feel like you are emotional in nature, and it doesn't mean that you have your heart on your sleeve at all times. It really means that you lean into understanding other people's thoughts and feelings. Like, I get that you want to understand people on a deep level, and even if not everything is clear to you, you at least have a genuine desire to understand where the other person or people are coming from. And because of that, I feel like that helps you create really good programs and classes and things where other people are learning through you. So I see you as kind of like a curator, somebody who helps curate experiences for other people. And for example, let's say you're in interior design. I'm using it as an example. You might really focus on how to create space, how to create clarity, how to create lightness and the feeling of lightness for people as they walk into the home or as they walk into a physical space. I feel like you're the type of person who has a strong grasp on your heart. And you really want to lean into your heart in order to create experiences that truly nurture other people. So, nurturing people, enriching people, this is your purpose, and you will do that through experiences. I also get the vibe that many of you are teachers working with younger students or people, so it feels like you're also meant to kind of guide people, but I'm not talking so much in a capacity of being like a coach or a therapist. It kind of feels like you mentor through just living your life and through the way that you speak and the way that you teach other people to think about situations. So let's say one of your students has a really difficult time with something and just doesn't know how to handle it. I feel like your inner maturity and how you teach them to handle that situation is going to do them good for the rest of their lives. And many of the lessons that you impart with the people that you work with are going to carry them forward until they're like 100 years old. So I think it's important to lean into your heart and lean into how you communicate what's in your heart, because you have mastery in this area. You're on a spiritual journey. You have to let go of the past, and your wisdom is inspiring the world. Or at least that's what our animal spirit guide card here is saying. So I feel that you are meant to mentor people, but it's more through how you carry yourself. And I also feel that other people are very inspired by the moment at which you decide to cut your cords to the past, because I'm getting some of you had what I would describe as a difficult upbringing. I don't think this is the case for all of you, by the way. I'm getting a tense relationship with the father predominantly, or it could be with like a cousin or an uncle, but probably a male figure. And I'm just getting that a lot of that has to be healed. And as you heal that, and as you also let go of things that don't do you any good, I feel like people really respect that and are inspired by you. And they say to themselves, you know, they did it. And so because they did it, I know I can do it. So part of your purpose is not only to enrich experiences, but also to help people believe in themselves. And here we have the Knight of Wands. And I think this is two things. One, I think this is how you feel when you're inspired. I see you as someone who kind of goes through ebbs and flows. So at times you might have dips in creativity, but when your creativity is high and strong, you're soaring, you're charging ahead. There's a lot of movement in these cards. And so when you do feel creative, I feel that you can charge ahead and you can really give inspiration to whatever project it is that you're working on. And then the second thing is that you give inspiration to other people. And the message I'm getting is other people feel like they're on fire in a good way. They feel like they're on fire with really being able to lean in energetically to just fulfilling their life purpose and their mission. So after working with you, whether that's in a teaching capacity or whether it's something else entirely, I feel like people are very inspired and they're ready to charge ahead. ready to make the most of their day and their year and fulfill all of their goals and dreams. I'm just going to see if there's anything else for you, any other messages here. If you don't have a lot of plants around you, I highly advise it. This group has plant energy. So you also have the hawk. So we have the eagle and the hawk together. Clearly, there's a lot of energy of movement. Again, the hawk comes with a lot of strategy. And so I feel like you are able to see things that other people cannot see. When we think of these two birds, these are birds of prey. They are birds that can see very clearly when other people are kind of muddled. I feel like, yes, you do need to kind of get rid of whatever this thing is over here. But once that's cleansed from your life, I feel you become quite like a guide to other people. And a lot of it is because of your keen observation. Your observation, your ability to see, whether that is literally right now, things that aren't working out, or things in the future. You know, you could be somewhat clairvoyant as well. We have an energy of being very strategic and being very focused. And so your purpose is really to channel that strategy and that focus into enriching other people's lives. And so you might do it through creating a really wonderful experience for somebody, whether that's in the home, in their garden, in a lesson, whatever that is, or you might do it in a completely different way. And whatever way you choose to do it, I'm getting that it should feel most authentic to you. Both of these creatures are their own beings. Like, they're very authentic, they're very regal in a way. And so other people will respect you as long as you are following your gut and as long as you are staying poised and strategic. So this is very important. There's also a lot of fire energy here with the hawk. So perhaps fire is actually in your chart, because I do get a lot of fire here. I'm also getting a lot of earth energy. So Virgo, Sagittarius, those are two that are coming to my mind a lot. But of course, you could be Capricorn, you could be Taurus, Leo, Aries, any of those would be in your chart, most probably. And the other thing that I'm just getting as a message for you is, at this current point, when you're watching this reading, be willing to ride on the winds of change, because I think that you are working through a couple things in your life and not everything is 100% perfect right now, and that's okay. And your spirit guides are saying the winds of change are going to carry you, so as long as you're willing to glide through them instead of resist them, then just know that you're going to work this out and know that you're going to find the right solution. And I also get that you really don't want to offend people. You know, maybe you're leaving a career or a relationship and you really don't want the other people to feel like there's something wrong with them or something bad with them. But I really would advise you to be very factual about this and quite tactical. You know, it's not that those people are bad for you. It's not that there's anything wrong with them per se. It's just that you have changed. And you need to pursue what is most just and right and accurate for you right now. And this person or career or thing, whatever it is no longer in the right energy. And that's perfectly okay. And your spirit guides are saying that you'll be able to kind of weather that storm or climb that mountain, and you'll be able to do it as long as you stay tactical and strategic and zoom out. Don't zoom in to all the tiny things that could happen and all the what ifs, but rather zoom out and keep a bird's eye perspective on this situation. That's important. But as long as you're willing to ride the winds of change, and as long as you are willing to trust your spiritual guidance, I feel like you are very protected in this situation, and I feel like you'll be able to pursue your life mission, which is to enrich other people and their experiences. So if this reading helped you, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, share it if you feel so inclined. If you would like a personal reading, you can always book using the links down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it helped you, and I will look forward to seeing you all very soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.